This is that one song that you heard so many times, and every time you hear it, you're like, I'm not gonna bump to this song. But then you start catching a vibe. I'm sorry, not sorry.
Yeah.
East Coast with the gang gang, West Coast with the gang gang, Global with the gang gang, you know we don't play gang. East Coast with the gang gang, West Coast with the gang gang, Global with the gang gang, you know we don't play gang. East Coast with the gang gang, West Coast with the gang gang, Global with the gang gang, you know we don't play gang. East Coast with the gang gang, West Coast with the gang gang, Global with the gang gang, you know.
Yeah, whoa, East Coast with that gang gang. You know we don't play games, whoa. Hop up on that wagon, oh please just get out the way. You know we stay stuntin', right up in your face. We sorry, not sorry, we just stuck up in our ways. West Coast go ahead, stand up, put that glass and hands up. Gang, we famed up. Got that change, we bagged up. Crew love, we stay manned up. Ahem like I'm wheezy, yeah. Rap game just too easy, drip so sick I'm queasy, whoa.
East Coast with the gang gang, West Coast with the gang gang, Global with the gang gang, you know we don't play gang. East Coast with the gang gang, West Coast with the gang gang, Global with the gang gang, you know we don't play gang. East Coast with the gang gang, West Coast with the gang gang, Global with the gang gang, you know we don't play gang. East Coast with the gang gang, West Coast with the gang gang, Global with the gang gang.
Yeah. Watch me finesse, walk to the line. Good versus evil, God in his prime. Always in prime, always on time. Our time to shine, wifey is fine. I'm doing fine, glad that you asked. God fill me up, mud in my glass. God clean me up, all that I ask. Wherever you headed there fast. I am ahead, you are in last. Last time I checked, you were all gas. Gas in the whip it up fast. Fast and all furious, I'm starting to spaz. Getting all curious, you put me on blast. Blasting that Darius, kids in the back. Back to the future is black. Black like T'Challa, Wakanda attack.
East Coast with the gang gang, West Coast with the gang gang, Global with the gang gang, you know we don't play gang. East Coast with the gang gang, West Coast with the gang gang, Global with the gang gang, you know we don't play gang. East Coast with the gang gang, West Coast with the gang gang, Global with the gang gang, you know we don't play gang. East Coast with the gang gang, West Coast with the gang gang, Global with the gang gang, you know we don't play gang.
Hey. Yeah. Whoa. Yeah. Coming at me like that, like whoa. Yeah. Coming at me like that, like whoa. I don't even feel like that, like whoa. You ain't even see my stacks, like whoa. We up on the sea, but that's my bow. Coming at me like that, like whoa. Coming at me like that, like whoa. Coming at me like that, like whoa. Coming at me like that, like wish that I care, but I don't. And I swear, if you want, we can flow. Coming ready for the smoke. Murder she wrote, but I don't even dare. I got places to go. Coming ready for the show. Sacred the goat. We got royal affairs. We gon' win on the low. Coming ready for the glow. You taking notes, have a seat, take a chair. You may think that we cold. Coming ready for the snow. Try to bear the weight, but it's too heavy. Try to get away, but it's too deadly. Gotta keep it sharp, so we stay edgy. Can I get ahead, so we stay ready? Coming at me, that sad ass joke. I cannot believe these lies, I'm woke. All that agree, but why you broke? When y'all need, come get your folk.
I actually soar over these waves. When I get paid, I gotta know people to pay, places to go. Watch what you say, watch what you.
Coming at me like that, like whoa. I don't even feel like that, like whoa. You ain't even see my stacks, like whoa. We up on the sea, but that's my bow. Coming at me like that, like whoa. Coming at me like that, like whoa. Coming at me like that, like whoa. Coming at me like that, like. I don't ever sit back, I'ma go and get that. I just wanna give back. People call me Big Black. I just got my whip back. Asked me when I got here, told her that I've been back. Brought a couple wins back, double cup of no act. I don't really have beef, but I'm still a Big Mac. And you know I got green. Now we bridging the gap flow with me and my team, cause we know how to scrap when you making a scene. Came up from the dirt. Yeah, I know my worth. No, I will not sell. Niggas gotta work. Do not kiss and tell. No, I do not surf. But I'll ride these waves. So get up off my turf.
I actually soar over these waves. When I get paid, I gotta know people to pay, places to go. Watch what you say, watch what you.
Coming at me like that, like whoa. I don't even feel like that, like whoa. You ain't even see my stacks, like whoa. We up on the sea, but that's my bow. Coming at me like that, like whoa. Coming at me like that, like whoa. Coming at me like that, like whoa. Coming at me like that, like.
The following program is rated TV MANOC. It contains a big pair of nuts directly on your chin. It is intended only for mature audiences. Viewer discretion advised.
Look, help me, please!
Reach up! Reach up! Reach up and grab him!
Don't let me fall, please.
No!
Go to the fucking gym.
Swole Normuth.
The sun is shining, the birds are chirping, the bacon is sizzling. Welcome to the Daily Swole.
What's going on, beaches, booshes, busters, hustlers, and yo-hos? It's your boy Papa Swolio back with another episode. And today's episode, the Beastcast, is brought to you, is powered, is sponsored by Everest and K2, flexing on all you beaches. Welcome to the show, everyone. Come one, come all. Thanks for being here. Appreciate you. Hit the like button, subscribe. We are live on Rumble and YouTube. And of course, you can share the podcast and listen over on Apple Podcasts and Spotify. Share the show with your friends. Let's get into today's episode. We have a lot to do, and we're going to kick it off with Training Shell. We got some merch. We got the first merch pick of the day, and she writes, to be honest, you would have to pry my graphic tanks from my cold dead hands, especially my real Papa Swolio tanks, GTTFG, rocking the classic Simpsons Swolio design. So thank you for sharing. Keep it up, keep going to the fucking gym, and rock some awesome merch. One of our best sellers, the Super Swole Bros, and I think there's a Super Mario Brothers movie coming out this year, if you watch those types of things. So that'll get popular, of course, as the days and the months and the years roll on. But we got a lot of new stuff coming, and that's going to be exciting for a lot of you. Wow. Mario, I think it's Mario Galaxy or some shit. Just saw the entire list of movies. And I got to bring up that picture somewhere. I don't think I have it here with me right now. But every movie or every major movie this year is just a sequel. It's like Toy Story 5, Scream 7, Scary Movie 6 or some shit like that. We're done. Our society's over. We have no new ideas. It's just recapping everything from the last 20 years. Everything has to have 15 fucking sequels. But anyway, we're here. We're making sick fucking gains. And that's neither here nor there. We got some posts from the Swole fam. So let's get into that tip. We got one from James to kick it off.
Just an inch. It's cold outside.
We got some Rate My Meal, kind of. It's from the Swole fam. This one from James. My coach is asleep. Aw, and we have a big old puppers. My puppers is getting groomed right now, so all the dogs are not here. My coach is asleep. Lazy beesh. What a lazy beesh. We got this from Leslie. A little Sunday meal prep smells great. Now it's time to plate and refrigerate. We got some... Are those hot dogs? It's already dead. My God, those are black. You roasted those. Wow, those things are freaking singed. We got some chicken. All right. We got some beef. We got some cheeseburgers. So good for you. Good for you. Those hot dogs look like you left them in the fire. All right. Let's get into another one. This one's from Vasco. AI generated. I like that little preface. As cottage cheese has been trending in Rate My Meal, why not take it up a notch and add bacon? I will say that if you're going to add bacon to anything, add it to some cottage cheese. That might salvage the cottage cheese. I have nothing against cottage cheese, especially like raw cottage cheese and grass-fed dairy. It can be really good. And I think bacon would probably salvage it. It would make it taste a lot better. But I wouldn't be surprised if we saw something like this coming up soon. I wouldn't be surprised if people eat bacon on cottage cheese. And if you know anyone that has done that, or you've seen that before, drop that in the comments so we can all be horrified together. I have nothing against cottage cheese, but just the fact that everyone feels like eating it all the time. Or you could have cottage cheese and bacon without the cottage cheese. That works too. All right. You know what time it is. Maybe you don't, but it is. It's time for Rate My Meal. Speaking of which, it is time for Rate My Meal. We don't know what's going to happen, but it's going to be frightening, I suspect. But we're starting off with 50-50. 50-50. This is 50-50. Arturo has some salmon. It looks like some white rice in one of those ice cream scoopers, as they do in restaurants. We have some sugary glaze all over it, of course, because can't have food in a restaurant without sugar on it. And some green beans. So, you got some salmon, got some rice. I think green beans can just disappear from the planet, but, to each their own. So you're eating some protein, getting some carbs. Okay. I could snort that. That looks like an appetizer. You're just getting started. You're just teasing me. That's the appetizer before the steak. Am I right? Speaking of meat, Charles is bringing the heat with some eggs over easy. And we have some taters. Might be sweet potato taters. I don't know if there's some beef under there. I don't know if there's just taters, maybe some mushrooms. I can't tell, but we definitely have eggs. There might be some beef. There might be some potatoes. There's some leaves. There's some things in there. Not bad. I can't be sure exactly what's in there, but I see eggs. So we're on the right track. Not bad so far. Better than we've had in the past. Eli, we got some beef. That's what I'm talking about. Okay.
Give me all the bacon and eggs.
Not bad. I see a lot of beef. I'm a fan. I like that, Eli. I'm picking up what you're putting down. Joshua, we got Brussels sprouts. Why? Look, you can have it. It's fine. Why do you hate vegetables? They're not required. They don't really benefit. They don't add anything to a steak. They don't add anything to steak and potatoes. So as long as you're focusing on that and then maybe filling in the gap, but if you have bloating or gas or anything like that, those are the things to eliminate and test for sure. Quality matters. And I don't know what the redeemable qualities of Brussels sprouts are. I really don't, but good for you. We're getting some protein. We're getting some quality carbs. We're on the right track. We got one more. And of course, before we finish, we have to throw it all down the shitter. We got to throw it down the tubes. I don't know what this is. I guess it's supposed to be a pasta. That's a lot of tomatoes. I don't know what that other stuff is. Is that mac and cheese? Is that pasta? Is there supposed to be meat in there? I don't know what's supposed to be.
That's fucking bullshit.
I don't know what that's supposed to be. I really don't. I don't know what is supposed to be in there. It says jammy. Jammy.
What the fuck is that?
I don't know what jammy means. No, sir. I don't like it. That's like the horse from Ren and Stimpy. No, sir. I don't like it. I knew it. We will never know. I just don't know what that is, so I can't really rate it because I'm not sure what that is. It's coming. It's always there. Hey, we got steak. Whenever you get like 6 in a row, the 7th one's going to be. It's going to go sideways. Too many good things. Something's got to go wrong. Something has to go awry. All right, let's get into some questions. Hashtag Ask Papa Swolio. Just having some fun. But at least people, look, those were all real meals. People were cooking and making stuff at home. So that's a positive. Aside from the salmon one, that looked like a restaurant, but that's a good sign. At least when you start making your own food, you actually start learning what ingredients you're putting in. So at least you're using generally single ingredients. You have the salmon or the steak or the chicken. And then of course, what you cook it in and then how you cook it and what you season it with, those all things, matter. And you can control them much easier. And if you want some more insights, make sure you go check out Known Quantity. It was the weekend Swolosophy last week. So make sure you go check that out if you want some follow-up. All right, we still have some awesome merch, so check it out. Buy one, get one, 50% off over there at papaswolio.com. Now, you might have guessed already. Of course, we got flags, we got shirts, we got tanks. Buy one, get one 50. We got tons of awesome things over there at papaswolio.com, obvi. But if you go to the top, you might not have noticed, but right here, we have tapestries, and that's new. A lot of people don't have tapestries. which is fantastic. So if you want something for your wall, you don't need a big flag. You can get a tapestry. You can get vertical. We have wide ones. We have shorter ones, and they fit the designs perfectly. Many tapestries.
There are tapestries.
We have many tapestries.
We have many tapestries. We have many tapestries over at papasfolio.com. So don't let anyone tell you otherwise. Don't let anyone tell you otherwise. I really love Papasfolio's merch, but he's lacking in the tapestry department. Lies and deceit. We have many tapestries, obviously, and I have the soundboard to prove it. And we have the tapestries to back it up. Who backs up their merch, right? Who backs up what they say than the Swole fam and papasfolio.com? We have the tapestries to back it up. So no one's got tapestries like we do. Making tapestries great again. Making it great again. We got you. We got you. If you're ever in doubt, go check out the tapestries and you'll be very, very satisfied. All right, question time. Let's do it. First one, Instagram. Live questions, drop in the comments. APS, hashtag AskPapasfolio. NYC RCM, Papasfolio. How much protein and carbs do you consume daily? I don't know, and it doesn't matter really. So progressive overload is how you're going to build muscle and how much protein. Start with about 0.8 grams per pound of body weight. You don't need more. And of course, you slowly will increase that as you put on more lean mass over months and years. It doesn't really matter. You can fluctuate carbohydrates to see what your needs are, especially what type of protein, what type of carbohydrates. The quality matters much more than the quantity to start. I really encourage you to start with a quality lifting program and then do the elimination diet and test things over time because you're always going to be doing this. It's a many month and year process to fine tune your nutrition and to figure out what works best for you. And then your life changes and your needs change and you subtly tweak things and you find other things that you like. So you're always constantly in this elimination, I want to say reappropriation, but shifting things around, puzzle pieces, figuring out your nutrition. And the way you eat today is going to be better or is going to be different than what you ate 5 years ago or 10 years ago. As you gather more information, as your sensitivities or proclivities change, you can switch these things. So you just got to figure out what works best for you in the moment and then shift it over time. But quality matters, ingredients matter, and it's never going to be a good time to eat poison. So make sure that you're focusing on the quality ingredients. All right, Erica, let's see this one. How often do I do cardio? I don't know. How often do you do cardio? And how much lifting to lose weight and get strong, Papasfolio? SOS. Cardio is not the most important thing. So if you want to get strong, it's the lifting. And you don't want to lose weight, you want to lose fat. So quality nutrition, focusing on that, and building muscle. And then the extra body fat will take care of itself over time, I promise you. Of course, you could be in a slight calorie deficit around maintenance, but the most important thing is that you're putting on muscle, and that means you're getting stronger. So as you build muscle, you will get stronger. So focus on building muscle, and there you go. Fill in the gaps with cardio, make sure it's high intensity, and just make sure you're not doing tons and tons of excessively long duration cardio, aside from walking and things like that. But doing 5Ks, 10Ks, marathons, 2-hour cardio sessions is nonsense. Everyone's gonna be a little bit different, but you need to focus on nutrition and proper strength training because you're just starting off. If you're asking a basic question like that, you really have a long way to go. And you could join us over at SonorMSX.com and download the app, and we have all those things that you need. We have the master classes for mobility. We have the nutrition information. We walk you through the elimination diet, thousands of recipes. If you're a member, you already know this. It's just really important to focus on being consistent. And remember, you're not going to have, I think that's where the biggest misconception is when people have programs. They think they're going to get a program and sign up and then you're done. Well, that's going to change over time. You're going to be developing this over time. So it's not like you're going to have, oh, this is the program I'm doing. Oh, I joined the Swole fam, so I'm done. This is just you learning and getting access to the information. You have to be consistent with this. You have to be adjusting this over time. And your needs will change. And then you'll hit plateaus. And it's not going to be linear progress. That's why the purpose and that's why the foundation and doing things and undertaking this journey with the right mindset of being, always being and having a white belt mentality and analyzing what you're doing and realizing that all your little micro choices matter and they add up over time. Asim. Papasfolio, is it normal to feel your traps when deadlifting with the hex bar? Yes. Anytime you're holding weights, you're using your traps. So upper traps, middle traps, lower traps, your scapula, shoulders, rotator cuff. Are they getting stimulation for hypertrophy? That depends on what you're doing. So RDL, stiff legs, those things will all work. Your spinal erectors, Those things will work your traps, but not really. It's more isometric, and you'll hit your traps a lot better if you do Kelso shrugs or standing shrugs or anything of that sort. But yeah, you'll develop your traps by doing any kind of hinge movement because you're getting that kind of tension either isometrically or maybe in some cases concentrically by doing that kind of movement because your traps are retracting your scapula and holding them in place as you're doing these movements. So it's definitely normal. And if you feel it more there, it's just because you're exposing a weakness. So when you're doing the other movements, when you're deadlifting, really I would recommend doing an RDL or a stiff leg deadlift, which is much more effective for the glutes and or the hamstrings, depending on how straight your knees are and your erectors, than deadlifts. Deadlift is, to be honest, you'll call it a functional exercise, but in terms of building muscle, deadlifts, like a standard deadlift, I don't do them anymore. I really think they're very overrated, but hip hinges are very important. So a standard deadlift, it's okay. But an RDL, an SLDL, or a 45-degree hyper, those things, absolutely fantastic. I would recommend those over a standard deadlift. Just my recommendation. Deadlifts aren't a waste, but what are you trying to hit? What's your target? Some people just like to move a lot of weight, fine. But if you're doing a stiff leg deadlift, you'll just get better results. You'll be targeting certain muscles better. Same thing with RDLs, in my opinion. Manuel Chepo, Pampa Swole, how do I know which is the best diet for me? To customize your own, joining the Swole fam, doing the elimination diet. This is absolutely important, essential.
Well, that's just like your opinion, man.
People really just want the answer. They want an answer. I know you're asking a question because, here's the best diet for you. And my answer really is, how the fuck do I know what the best diet for you is? How am I going to know that? Seriously, how am I going to know that? This is the best thing for you. I don't know what your allergies are. I don't know what you prefer. I don't know what foods you have in your fridge or what you have access to. Like, I don't know what your goals are. But for most people, it should be the same. It should be meat, fruit, eggs, grass-fed, high quality. That really matters. So you do the elimination diet, you customize your nutrition, and over time, you're customizing your diet. So you're always on an elimination. Once you start and you start paying attention to what you're consuming and how these things affect your body, then you actually have your diet. There's your diet. That's your diet. And you customize it. So people want an answer. What should I do? I should eat these things. Should I eat these things? People don't realize you can just do things. You could test this yourself. You should be testing it. And your nutrition and your diet is going to be individual to you. And you can make these choices and test and see what works best for you. So if someone's posting all these vegetables and like, I feel great, I'm eating this, look at me, I don't need any animal proteins. Okay, then don't eat animal proteins. Are you doing this for your health? Are you doing this because of climate change and saving the environment? And I'm a virtue signaler and that kind of stuff. So what's your approach? Why are you doing what you're doing? And if you feel great, no one's going to be able to tell you otherwise. Fine, then eat those things. But a lot of people eat tons of vegetables. A lot of people eat tons of plant-based stuff, and they keep on trying to fit a square peg in a round hole, and they wonder why they feel like shit. It's because it's not working for you. So I'm not ideological over the carnivore diet. I'm not here saying you should never eat vegetables ever. I don't like them, but people are going to eat them. I'm not saying they're not edible or you can't eat them, but there's so many people that have psoriasis, eczema, brain fog, joint pain, bloating, all these other issues. But it can't be the greens. It can't be the plants. It can't be, of course, it could be anything and everything. It could be your deodorant. It could be your mouthwash. It's all of those things. So everything is a culprit. So figure it out. It's there. It's there. The answer's there. You just haven't figured it out yet, which is okay. It's okay to not have exactly the answer, but it's not okay to try. It's not okay just to ignore and be like, well, you only live once. It's too hard for me to figure out, so fuck it. Well, you're going to pay the price and then you're going to complain about it and act like it's something that's unrelated because it's a cope. You don't want to change your habits, so you just blame something that's abstract and it's white supremacy that's keeping you fat. No, it's probably all the cookies you're eating. A little hyperbolic there, but we've seen the videos. We know how people think. We know where the human mind can go with that. By the way, no puppers today. So GTTFG, drop that in the comments.
Absolutely true.
Okay. Don't forget the tapestries. All right, let's take some more questions. We got like one more on Instagram. So we'll take this one from Roomblay. Maine Marshall, Papa Swole, do you take fish oil for omega-3s? I don't. I currently take it. I don't eat much fish. Do you think it's necessary? I don't think it's necessary. I don't think it's necessary necessarily. You get a lot of omega-3s from grass-fed and finished beef and such like that. I don't think it's necessarily bad, but a lot of omega-3s are rancid. So if you get a high-quality omega-3, it should be third-party tested, or it should have like codes or the reference numbers so you can look and check out the studies for heavy metals and things like that. There are some good products out there, I'm assuming. I've seen them before when I used to take that stuff. I haven't taken one of those supplements in a while. But if you're getting fish oil burps, if you take an omega-3 and you're burping up fish oil, it's not digesting. So you shouldn't be having like fish oil burps. That's a sign that you're not getting good shit. And sometimes it's cut or it's, diluted or rancid, this, that, and the other. So make sure if you're going to do it, make sure you're getting a high quality one. And if you like it, you can keep taking it. The same reason some people take BCAAs and they swear by it. It's like, well, sometimes the placebo effect is good enough. And what I mean by that is if you're taking something, aside from any heavy metals or issues with the quality of the ingredients, if you're taking a pill and you think it has X, Y, and Z in it, just saying, I'm not talking about fish oil in particular, you take it and oh my God, you have great performance. Even if it's in your head, you're kind of getting the benefit from the supplement, aren't you? As long as it's not actually physically harming you, you think it is, that placebo effect. So a lot of that is people buy a pre-workout. People will buy a pre-workout or they'll buy a supplement and they expect a certain result. Well, if you're getting that result, then there you go. And a lot of times people will take a pre-workout, they buy creatine, they buy glutamine or any of these things, and they think they need all these things, but then they take it and they drink it. Well, I just took my pre-workout. I'm not going to skip the gym now. So it can kind of lock you in. And I know you've probably done this before. I don't feel like training. And you quickly just like make your pre-workout or whatever it is that you do. And then you're just like, all right, let me just consume this and get going. And then I took it already. I'm not going to waste it. I'm not going to take a pre-workout and then not train. So people do these kinds of things and it can keep you more consistent because if you bought these things, you're going to use it. I bought gym shoes. I bought wraps. I bought a gym membership. I got these supplements. I'm going to go to the gym. So there's other benefits sometimes to buying these things. It kind of keeps you doing it and using it, but you just don't want to depend on it. And you just don't want to get distracted thinking that you absolutely need those things. And it's very hard for people sometimes to notice a difference. If you're very chaotic with what you do, your habits are all over the place, you're not really going to know and be able to tease out what actually works and what doesn't. So if you're adding a supplement, make sure you don't add the full dose and you add it as much in a vacuum as possible, meaning you're keeping every other variable the same and you're adding a supplement and then you're observing and you're seeing how that works out. If you're adding 5 different supplements at once, hey, I got all my new supplements in. You start taking everything. You don't really know what works. Did the combination work? Did 3 work and 2 didn't? Did 1 work and 4 didn't? You don't really know because you took them all at the same time. So just add 1 at a time and see if you like it. See if you like it. Do you know any difference from taking that? The omega-3s? Maybe you do, maybe you don't. It might not be something that you notice. You don't always have to notice something, but for certain things that you're supplementing, if you need it, you might notice a big difference. So just keep that in mind. I don't think there's anything inherently bad or not good about taking omega-3s. I just think the quality matters and the context matters. B. Capel. Papa Swole, how did you stop snacking? My meals are the issue. Or my meals aren't the issue. Maybe that's a typo. It's the stupid junk I snack on in between. How'd I stop snacking? I eat better foods. I'm more satisfied. I drink electrolytes. I actually eat the foods that give me nutrition so I don't feel hungry in between. And if I'm hungry, I'll eat real food. Shocker. Or I'll have real food as a snack. Maybe I'll have some honey or some yogurt. Real food. So what you're doing is probably not eating enough quality nutrition and you're hungry or you're thirsty or you're exhausted. So you have these constant sugar cravings. And what I'm assuming you're doing by snacks is eating garbage. So it's the reason why you're having these cravings and then what your choices are when you have these cravings. You can have an apple. You can have a protein shake. Just examples. You can have a hard-boiled egg or 2. You can eat real food and then it's not, oh my God, I have all these issues. I'm snacking. Or are you hungry? Or are you thirsty? Or are you tired? Or are you all of those things? Maybe you need some electrolytes. You drink that and like, oh, I'm not really hungry. I'm just thirsty. So you're eating crap and then you're just compounding the issue. And people will mindlessly eat. You'll mindlessly eat at work. You'll mindlessly eat in the car. And all the studies that show when people are watching TV or in movies, they just eat more because you're distracted. It's like having all those different flavor profiles in your mouth. Your body can't tell when it's full. It hits that bliss point. You can't stop eating. It's compulsive. The fat, the sugar, and the salt. And your body can't process like, hey, I'm done. I'm satisfied. You just keep on eating. You just keep on eating because of that combination of ingredients. And it's made on purpose like that, using like, these synthetic polyunsaturated fatty acids and things like that, vegetable oils, seed oils, and so forth. High fructose corn syrup. So they combine all these things. You can't stop eating. So you keep on compulsively eating. You're watching TV or you're driving. You're just like a zombie. Well, I didn't really eat that much. You're not paying attention. I eat the same thing and I don't know how I'm gaining weight because you're eating too much of it. You can gain a lot of fat. You can put on weight by eating good food. You're eating too much of it. So quality ingredients, learn how to cook, eat more. And if you're eating something like steak or ground beef, eat as much as you want. You're going to be full. I promise you, you're going to be full. You can't overeat that shit. You can't overeat. Eat as much beef as you want. It's when people are combining it with all these other things that they can't stop eating and they get fat from all that other stuff. If you eat actual real food, you get full from the real food. It's when you switch from that and then you're eating sugar afterwards because it's those different stimuli. I could eat a plate of meat, but then if I have soda or candy right after, I can eat that. I really feel hungry for it. You're not hungry. You're full. It's just that different taste stimulus. And you're like, wow, my body, I haven't got enough of this yet. I'm tired of that flavor profile. Let me eat this. That's why when you're on an elimination diet or you're on carnivore or something, you actually get full and you lose weight because you're not eating as much carbs. So you flush out water and you're not stuffing your face with garbage. So you lose extra fat and water and wow, my God, I lost all this weight. Then you stop doing that and you start eating crap again, you gain it all back. So people yo-yo and it's diet culture. That's the problem. You just have bad habits. Just have bad habits. And I agree with that. Mr. Peterson, fuck diets, build habits. Well, that's based. Thank you. I agree. I agree.
Give me all the bacon and eggs you have.
And what people don't realize is that famous quote, you can just do things. You can test these things. And most people don't have any control over their lives. They don't realize that they can actually experiment. You can experiment. You don't have to eat a specific way. You don't have to do paleo or carnivore. You can actually focus on the fundamentals, cut out all the things that might be variables, and then test them one at a time and figure out what you like best and then eat that and eat that and then eat that again. But what about variety? Fuck you. Eat it again. Make it differently. Make it in different combination. Try different things within that structure. There's so many different options. People just don't care. They don't want to learn. They don't want to try. They just want to be handed something. So they think that, oh, chicken and rice, plain with broccoli and nothing on it is going to, okay, I'm on a diet. I'm on a diet. You're not getting any fat. It tastes disgusting for a reason. You're not going to stick to it. Well, what about a cheat meal? You don't have to cheat if you're eating really good food. You just have to learn how to cook. Stop being a lazy beach, making excuses. It's not hard. It's very simple. Nutrition is the simplest fucking thing and everyone just complicates it. Everything around you, everyone around you is an addict. They're addicted to something. They're addicted to sugar. They're addicted to these habits. And then everything revolves around stuffing your fat face with garbage. So stop spending your time with people who are addicted to food. Stop spending time with people where food is their compulsion, where food is their addiction and food is their reward. Oh, I had a long day. Let's go get some drinks. Let's go get some food. They just want to eat crap and get that dopamine release and have that few moments of like a rush. They're getting their drug fix. Sit around and eat a steak. What's the difference? Are you really hungry or you just want to eat crap and justify it? All right. Other questions? Balls deep. Let's do it.
That's deep.
See, I like food that tastes good, but I want to feel good after eating it. It tastes good in the moment, but I want to feel like shit right after. A lot of that fast food, yeah, it might taste good temporarily, but then halfway through you feel disgusting, you feel bloated, you feel like shit, and then you look like shit. Just because you can get away with it once in a while doesn't mean it's not like destroying your habits. It's not eating you away on the inside over time. And when you look at people that are morbidly obese and have all these issues, it's because they made bad choices much more than they made good ones. Sometimes people can get away with it a little bit longer than others, but it catches up eventually. catches up eventually. All right, let's get into some balls deep, shall we? All right, pick a number 1, 2, 3, or 4. Drop that in the chat. Mark says, my cheat meal is usually some shredded beef or chicken and sweet potato fries. There we go. Best quote I heard in regards to this is the road to heaven is held. Is held the road. I don't know what that, maybe it was a typo. I think it was a quote from Harry Potter. I think Dumbledore says that. You know, the road between, it's either the easy road, right or easy. Make a choice between what's right and what's easy. I don't know if that was from Harry Potter or something like that. The choice between what's right and what's easy. And it doesn't mean that the choice that's right is that much harder, but usually people take the easy road, regardless of what the right choice is. So again, your day is just, how many choices have you made? The road to heaven is hell. The road to hell is heaven. Choose one. Oh, that's good. The road to heaven is hell, and the road to hell is heaven. Right. So short-term gratification versus delayed gratification. The road to heaven is hell, like it's tough and you have to make hard choices. And the road to hell is sitting around eating Cheetos and watching Netflix. Yep. Good quote. All right. Let's do Mark there because that was a good one. This one's called Two Venezuelans. Two Venezuelans. T-O, not the number 2. All right.
To every Venezuelan cheering right now, you do not want to be controlled by the United States. They will drain you of all your resources and then leave you in a worse state than you are right now.
Guarantee she's single. And of course she has a massive schnoz and a septum piercing, which just highlights it. I just hate septum piercings. It doesn't look good on anyone. Change my mind. Does anyone have any image of any female with a bull ring that looks good? I don't think it exists because any woman that has a bull ring looks better without it. So you can't say, well, this really beautiful person has a nose ring. I'm not talking about a nose ring. I'm not talking about on the side. I'm talking about right there in the middle. So anyone that looks good or can pull it off is only pulling it off just because they're so attractive. You might want to let it slide, but they always 100% look better without it. 100%.
We're also under a dictatorship. And now
We're not under a dictatorship. You don't know what that is.
We are in charge of your country. United States citizens don't even want to be in this country anymore.
Speak for yourself, retard.
I work with retards.
We want a revolution from our own country. The only reason we've taken over your country is to steal all your oil and resources and leave you as impoverished as possible because we're an imperial empire. And that's what we do.
We do want your oil, though. That's true. But we'll do better with your oil, and you'll be better off than your current situation. Venezuela used to be a nice place. Anyway.
Over and over and over again, we take over destabilized countries so we can exploit them. It's like being taken out of one pot of boiling water and being put into another one. And we're just going to slowly keep turning up the heat. The United States does not give a shit about democracy or freeing the people of Venezuela. All the United States wants is oil.
Yeah, I don't really disagree. I don't care. I really don't care about this person's opinion. No one does, but let's continue.
It's all the United States usually ever wants
from any country. Everyone, no shit. People want energy and resources. Energy is very important, but that's another conversation.
Country. Because we're basically one giant oil corporation at this point. And now we just colonized you.
Yeah, petrodollar. This is why fiat currency is a poison. So this is why we go and do this, because we can defend the petrodollar. That's why it's called the petrodollar, with the might of our military. So people are intimidated. They're not going to fuck with us. And then you're going to use US dollars, won't you? Won't you, bitch? Yeah. You're going to use our money, won't you? Yeah. You're going to use that dollar. Yeah. Use it. Use it. Or else. Or we'll nab you in the middle of the night in your Hello Kitty pajamas.
I'm sorry. You are now under control of a fascist dictator going through the late stages of dementia.
No, Trump was elected. We don't have Joe Biden in there anymore. So there's that.
Matt Damon.
Come on, man.
6 seconds.
Welcome to the party.
That was a Mossy matriarch. Yeah. Well, matriarch or a matriarchal society is what we were under Joe Biden and almost were when Hillary Clinton was almost elected. Thank God she wasn't. But that's a sure sign of the decay of society is when you let women run that shit. And don't tell me that I'm a misogynist and that I hate women. I'm not trying to eradicate them. I'm not supporting men destroying women in sports or assaulting you in the bathrooms. So who really hates women? White liberal women hate women more than anyone in the world. No one hates women more than white liberal women. No one does. So don't let them gaslight you. That's a very obvious trope. All right, pick a number 1, 2, or 3. No one hates women more than women. I see Loretta, number 3. Let's do this one. We're all over Venezuela still. Maduro is a feminist. What?
You have hope eventually that we could have a system in America more like Venezuela?
Yeah, absolutely. That's what I fight for as a member of the Freedom Road Socialist Organization.
That's a dude LARPing as a woman, obviously. Holy shit, the guy on the right has a chin. Yo, save some chins for the rest of us. Tess Holiday is jealous. Tess Holiday calls. She wants her chins back. Holy shit. Dude. And he's just interviewing the person. Man, that is a chin. That is a chin. The 3 little pigs are like, yo, let's get this guy in our house. No one's blowing that shit down. No one's blowing that shit down. He's going to mog that wolf. Look at that. That's not even looks maxing. That guy is just chin maxing. Whoo! Damn. That is a chin. Not on the hair of my chinny chin chin. Dude, that dude needs some preparation H on his chin. Damn. All right. You gotta make sure you clean in that.
Road Socialist Organization.
What are the most positive things Maduro has done?
A really big thing that we learned about while we were there is how much he has been instrumental in uplifting the women's struggle in Venezuela.
Would you say he's very a feminist?
Yeah, absolutely.
I think that's some of the reason why people in this country are so afraid of communism, because they don't want to see women in charge.
Exactly.
Yeah.
They don't want to.
Look at the guy. He's like, yeah, that's right. They don't want to. And he's like, there's a reason why. Yeah. A feminist. He's a feminist. That's another name for being a leftist. Socialist. That's just another term, right? Oh, you care so much about everyone else. No, you don't. You say you care, so you get into power, and then you suppress everyone. Same leftist tropes as always has been, right? You prey on the ignorance of, quote, minorities, right? You create a whole victim culture for minorities and the oppression, and then you leverage that for power, and then you keep on suppressing them. And they're too stupid to fucking realize it. So that's socialism and communism for you. Okay, good stuff. Don't care. Let's do another one. We got a funny one at the end. This one's called Founding Fathers. Founding Fathers. Any other questions, you could drop them in the chat. We'll have a couple more videos and have some fun with this. So we'll take some more questions if you have them, but...
All right, here's my hot take of today. I don't think that a society governed by a document that was written in the 1700s by a bunch of drunk white guys in their 20s who couldn't even conceive of the existence of the majority of the United States of America should be used to this day, and I don't think that we are going to have a successful society until we get rid of the thing and restart.
Okay. So aside from the retardation, this is a good example of Chesterton's fence, where let's say you walk into the middle of a field and you see a fence and you're like, oh, what's this fence doing here? Why is this fence here? And you're just like, fuck, we don't need this fence in the middle of a field. And you don't know why it's there, but let's change it. You remove it. And then what you don't realize is that barrier was for wolves. And a lot of wolves, they have, if you look at wolf pack traveling, they only have a limited area. Like they'll stay in this circle and then another wolf pack is over here. And maybe that fence was just a general barrier that over time the different tribes and the different wolf tribes realize, hey, this is where we stay. You remove the fence and then they start wandering. They start eating other people's sheep. They start fighting and they start like dominating and whatever. So if you don't know and understand why it was there to begin with, oh, well, you know, I don't know anything about morality or the Constitution or why these things were done in the first place, but I'm here to change it. I'm here to make it better. Good. 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 Excellent.
Because the founding fathers could not have conceived of my existence.
Yeah. Yeah. And I will tell you, if they did conceive of your existence, they would have put in a bunch more. They would have put in a lot more in the Constitution to make sure this shit didn't happen. I guarantee you that. If they knew that this is where it was going, they would have been like, yeah, let's put in a couple more articles there. Make sure that this shit doesn't even exist.
They just could not have. They couldn't conceive of it. Their brains would have exploded. So how could that document possibly serve me? How could it? We need a new one. We need to restart. We need to start over. This one's trash. We need to revamp it and get a new one.
Repeal the 19th. These people, mostly white liberal women, should not be voting. Make an argument why they should be voting. No responsibility, no accountability, no logic, less brain cells apparently, shouldn't be voting. Why is that person that's not going to serve in the military, that's not going to provide any real value to our society? Why is that person's vote the same as someone who's going to have to put their life on the line and fight and die for their country? Who's maybe a producer in this country? Not all women, but the majority have no place near a voting booth. Too many feelings, and this kind of like insecurity and inherent weakness in the difference of our species is projected with anger and hate. Women are so susceptible to all the bullshit diet scams and advertising and cult dynamics. It's just an inherent weakness that unfortunately has been exposed in the last 100 years of how that kind of degradation and lack of responsibility and accountability can destroy a society. Yeah, she's going to be on the front lines. She'll be on the front lines. At least we have the swole sluts. At least we have the women in the swole sluts that are not mentally damaged. So shout out to all you ladies who like to use all your brain cells. We appreciate you here in the Swole family. Fuck yeah! Overwhelmingly, that is true. And it's unfortunate. But we are where we are. And that's why we need more and more women to stand up and defend actual women, right? Promoting men and women's sports and all these insane ideologies. It's got to stop. Hopefully that changes and shifts over time, but things usually get worse before they get better. And when people's minds are this broken, they don't usually get put back together because it takes individual accountability and responsibility and self-development. You're outsourcing all your responsibility to the state and all your accountability to the state. You know, instead of to your husband, instead of to your family and to your community, instead of to God and religion, you're just depending on the state. You're depending on the media. You're depending on the big daddy apparatus. And this is why authoritarianism is so strong with weaker populations and weaker voting blocks. And I mean weaker, I mean mentally weaker and physically weaker. And the lack of testosterone in our society with men want women. So a lot of men over the years just default to women, and you have all the propaganda in movies, right? With The Simpsons and, you know, Malcolm in the Middle and all these different shows where it just shows like bumbling, stumbling, dumb father figures. It's like we've been subjected to this kind of like stupid male fallacy for decades. You know, we don't have any women. We don't have any female representation in the media or in movies. No, we just don't like it shoved down our throat. We go through different series. We watch Lord of the Rings. Lord of the Rings was made 25 years ago. Tons of strong female characters. Éowyn, Arwen, tons of women who are just badasses. Galadriel. You can write amazing stories and characters, but it has to make sense. It has to be realistic. You know, having like Captain Marvel, like, oh, there's some woman who's a god and just so powerful for no fucking reason. People don't like that shit. It's boring. It doesn't make sense. They shove it down your throat. It just doesn't make sense. When you remove these types of roles, it doesn't make things better. We don't want women to be men. We don't want men to be women. What's wrong with that? What's wrong with that? Why can't you let women be women? Because men have to be men. And women will be women when you allow men to be men again. But feminism and communism and socialism and liberalism they don't want that. They don't want that. They prey on the weak. They prey on weak minds, physically and mentally weak people. Thus the fat acceptance and body positivity and men and women's sports. Oh, we should allow them that trans men or trans women are more women than women. We did this yesterday, the day before. What the fuck are you talking about? What are you talking about? It's just not real. It doesn't make sense. The story doesn't work. You have to make it work. Write good characters, in terms of the meaning and stuff like that. But it's a big LARP. It's a lot of propaganda, and it's very obvious when you look at it. Same thing with food. Same thing with food choice. It's very obvious when you understand the fundamentals. Wow, I just shouldn't eat that. This is very obvious. Yeah, but there's no triple blind study that shows that aspartame is bad for you. You can't just use your brain. You can't just use your brain and be like, maybe I'll just have some real sugar or have some fruit. Maybe I'll have some honey. Honey's bad for you. How? Why? Ultra processed garbage honey? That's not really honey. So what are we talking about? Yeah, it's very common. It's very common. See some comments here. All right, this one's funny. Then we'll do a throwback. But I don't know. Here in the Swole fam and using logic and common sense, like, we love women here. We love men here. We love reality. We love logic and common sense. It's everywhere.
What's in the
It's
box?
everywhere. Very pervasive. That's why I call it a mind virus, because it's definitely a virus. It's everywhere. And people are just constantly seeing it now. And it's like, whoa, I didn't see this before. Well, once you kind of lift the veil and you start seeing everything and the puzzle pieces add up and you realize, oh shit, this is everywhere. It's everywhere you didn't see it before. And then people get more angry, more upset. And a lot of us, like, we've been talking about this for a decade. It's just one of those things where, yeah, a lot of people are late to the party. So a lot more people are continuously waking up and paying attention to these things. So hopefully onwards and upwards, we can only hope. So we will continue to do our part. This one's funny as hell. Let's do it. This one's called German in the folder, but just funny.
Sie kennen das. Manche Rückstände geben nicht kampflos auf. Da hilft nur Schittler, die WC-Präzisionsbürste. Für den kontrollierten Vorstoß gegen besonders hartnäckige braune Reste. Der kompakte Bürstenkopf erreicht mühelos auch die abgelegensten Rückzugsgebiete. Jetzt erhältlich in den Farben Arisch-Weiß, Eva-Braun und Himmler-Blau. Schittler. Braun war gestern.
So if you don't know, this is a toilet bowl cleaner. A toilet bowl cleaner is called Schittler. And the toilet bowl cleaner kind of looks like an abstract of Adolf Hitler. Schittler. That's hilarious. Looks like AI, but I hope it's real. I would totally get one because that's fucking funny. That's funny. That's funny. If you don't think that's funny, you can't take a joke. It's ridiculous. Schittler. God, who thinks of this stuff? I feel like that's a real product. I don't think they could sell that in Germany, though. Oh, God. Did anyone else think that was a douche? Oh, with a bristle? Dude. All right. Okay. Ouch. All right. Hashtag GTTFG. Let's give this card away. And then we got a throwback. Let's see what we got here. Go to the fucking gym. Helping everyone go to the fucking gym. You know what we do here. Thanks for being here. Love you, Beaches. Swole Sluts. Shout out to the Swole Sluts. All right, we got a winner. Today it is in the Daily Swole Telegram chat. I always say we need to give people the D, so we're going to give them the Joe today. Joe D, congratulations inside the Daily Swole Telegram chat. Congratulations. Make sure you send us an email, Joe. Congratulations. Send us an email to support@swolenormous.com. Swole card 3534 in the subject. Your mailing address in the body of the email. Congratulations, Joe, on winning today's Swole card. Excellent. Excellent. Excelente. Love it. Congratulations, Big Joe. Congratulations. All right. We have a throwback. Thanks for being here. Appreciate you. Make sure you hit the like button before you leave. Any questions, any last chance questions or comments or something, follow up, drop that in the chat. Just here to have a good time. Just here to have a good time. Don't cry. Don't cry. It's just a good time. Here we go. Let's throw it back. Did I hit that button already? We're doing it again. I can't get enough of this cutscene. So Wayne's World, great movie. Great movie. I haven't gone back and watched those in a while. I have to.
In a while, the reason everybody hates their bodies. But in case you were wondering, it is systematic tools of oppression that make us hate our bodies, i.e. the patriarchy and racism.
What the hell are you talking about?
So let's go back. I know a lot of people will say, it's unhealthy, it's unhealthy. That does not take away from the fact that there are people on this planet that still deserve, love and decency and respect.
Shut up, bitch!
Maybe someone at X size might be unhealthy, but did you know? People of smaller sizes as well may be unhealthy.
Yeah, I knew that.
Body type may affect those things.
Okay? But the tools to analyze that come from racist origins. BMI came from not even a doctor, but a man that was trying to prove that black women do not deserve health insurance.
Oh, God. I got jumped off the subway. Bit that shit hard. Yeah, okay. The only thing that's oppressing her is gravity. So eat healthy, eat a steak, go to the fucking gym, and you'll have much less to complain about. Most people aren't ugly, they're just fat. All you need is a little exercise, a little steak, train a little bit, lose 50, 100 pounds, it'll change your life. And again, the beautiful thing about fitness is that you're in control. You're in control of it. You're in control of your nutrition. You're in control of your results. And when you make this progress, it's because of you. It's not because of what someone else did online. You did the work, you put in the effort, and you should be proud of yourself. And then when you feel proud of yourself, raise your self-esteem. You're like, wow, I got this much results because I did this and I delayed gratification. I have these results. How many more results can I get? How much better can I do? Let me keep doing this. And you get more and you get more. And then you build more confidence. So you're in control. If you're not in control, then who is? And then you just blame other people for your problems or your successes. Then you're not responsible for your successes. And that's even worse. That's even worse. So give yourself the opportunity. You deserve it. Your life deserves it. Why do you want to punish your body? It's so easy just to make different choices. But if you care about what other people think and you care about, I don't know, people that you associate with that are just happy being fat, lazy fucks, you got to separate yourself from that and focus on yourself. And then you'll be attracted to better people, to people that take care of themselves. You'll meet people at the gym. You'll meet people at different events, at farmers markets and different things. You'll just, by being around people that actually care, surround yourself with people that care. And if you don't have people around you that care, join the Swole fam. Join us over at swolenormousx.com. Listen to the show. Find your tribe and cut out the noise. Block out the bullshit. Thank you so much for being here. We'll see you tomorrow for 3535. Make sure you go to the fucking gym. Check out all the merch. Buy one, get one 50. We got hair oil, beard oil, scalp seed, mane gains, all those things for a luscious beard, luscious locks. Eat some steak. And we will see you next time. Peace, McGee's, deuce, Magoose, your boy, Papa Swole. Oh.
Crazy flow, need a straight jacket. Cash flow, I'm a bank addict. 6 subs, had the bass smacking. 808, had the place clapping. 3 girls is enough for me, so I pull out like the stocks crashing. Like an IPO, trying to purchase me. This a private sector, so you can't have it. Faking all that boom bapping. Who you think you is, boy? 90s want they sound back, so I give rap all these fake rappers as I take matters in my own hands. I don't need rapping, I don't need Zans. I don't need help, I'm a grown man. Now they king left and they so mad, it's like
Then yeah, I found that young king with my crown at 10 racks in the fanny pack, couple hundred in the Louis bag.
That's a bag that you made. That's a bag that you made. That's a bag that you laid. What kind of game is you playing? Yeah, whoa, my shit is relevant. On topic, my melanin is popping. I'm taking skeletons on closets and making new deposits. I'm in my element, no ollies, you children popping.